start off sitting up really tall and then start to rock back on the back of your sitting bones and round the spine. Inhale, reach up to the sky. Exhale, rock back round the spine. Keep that movement going. Now, because you're on the foam roller, it's an unstable surface, so you might wobble around a little bit, and that's okay. Then start to add a twist. So your sitting bones are fixed, or your hips are fixed, so the rotation comes through your rib cage. So this is a great exercise, not just to get more mobility in your spine, but also to tone all the muscles in your side waist, so you get a nice narrow waist. Keep the movement going each time you rock back. Exhale, twist, exhale a little more, squeeze all the air out of your lungs. Inhale back to the center. Exhale, twist, squeeze all the air out of your lungs. Come back. Reach up towards the sky. Twist around again. So moving through the rib cage and then adding the arm and direct the eye gaze towards the fingertips. Then roll on up, sit up tall. Now we're going to start to go all the way down. So pressing through your heels to lengthen your spine, roll all the way down until your head is on the roller and your tailbone's on the roller. Have your heels a comfortable distance away from your sitting bones and the edge of the roller, and you'll have your knees just a little bit wider than you might normally for bridging. You're on an unstable surface on the foam roller, so if your feet are just a little bit wider, it'll make it just a little easier to balance. Now, as you exhale, start to roll the spine up into a bridge position. Think of dragging the sitting bones or dragging the feet toward the heels towards the sitting bones, and think of reaching the sitting bones towards the back of the knees. Then increase the challenge by taking the hands off the floor. So again, we've reduced the base of support, so now it's going to be a little bit harder to balance. So that's really good for making all the small muscles around your spine work a little bit harder. And then increase the challenge a little bit more by reaching the arms overhead. So having the arms overhead while you're doing the bridge is a great way to get more mobility through your upper back. So that's going to give you better posture. So if you've been sitting down all day, working from home, homeschooling your kids, having your arms overhead helps to stretch out your upper back. Helps to keep your back nice and straight. And then from here, we're going to add in a chest lift. So we're going to start to work into the tummy muscles. So exhale, roll on up, reach your fingertips towards your shins or past your shins even. Direct your eye gaze through your knees. Exhale to curl on up. Then we're going to stay here for the hundreds breathing. So we breathe in for 5 counts and out for 5 counts. And you pump your arms 5 times up, 5 times down. That helps you to keep count. I sometimes miss the count a little. Sometimes do 4 or sometimes do 6. And then reach all the way back. And then press through the heels of your hands, and that helps to lengthen your spine so you can curl up. And again, direct your eye gaze through your knees, and you're looking to where your toes are going down to the floor. So we're exhaling and dipping the toes down for the femur arcs. We're keeping our lower back long on the roller. Take a little rest through the neck and then exhale, curl on up again. Again, press through the heels of the hands to lengthen the spine, and we start the single leg stretch. So you're drawing your knee towards your shoulder and reaching the other leg away. Then we start to move in a tempo. So we're going to take 5 and then stop. So 5 and then stop. That increases the balance challenge because you're going a little bit faster now. Don't worry if you're using your arms, if you're pressing down through the little finger side of the hand, you're getting more tone through the back of the arms. Place the foot down, reach the other leg to the ceiling, and let's go into the leg circles. So you're exhaling as the leg moves away and going across the body, circling through the hip joint. So this is a great exercise to get more mobility through the hips. It makes the legs really long and slim. Being on the foam roller is a balance challenge, so you're working all the small muscles around your spine and working into the deep abdominals. Then we can go into single straight leg stretch. And you can direct your gaze to your lowest toe and then roll on down, ready for leg circles on the other side. So we go across, down, around and stop. Again, if you're using your arms to keep your balance, that's okay. Always nice to have tone in the back of our arms. From here, we go into double straight leg stretch. So exhale as the legs move away. Inhale as they come back up to the sky. Again, keeping your lower back lengthened onto the roller. Then we bend the knees, lower the feet down, and then curl up a little bit higher, and let's do the arms for the double leg stretch. So we reach the arms overhead and then circle them around. So you're staying up quite high now, so your abs are working really hard to keep you in that same lifted position. And then roll on down, stretch out the arms, and then stretch the legs a little bit away from you, and let's start to do a roll up. So this is a bit tricky. You roll all the way up to sitting. So it's a bit tricky because you're on the unstable surface of the roller. So you might notice as you roll up, get a little wiggle through your hips, and that's okay. Each time you roll up and down, your body adjusts to the balance. Press through the heels, and that helps to lengthen the spine as you reach the arms overhead. Roll on down one vertebrae at a time, really similar to how we do bridging. Same feeling, lifting one bone at a time, lowering one bone at a time. And then from here, we're going to go into the spine stretch. So start off sitting up really tall. Inhale, think of lifting the ribs away from the hips, and then exhale to curl up and over, rounding the spine, making a horseshoe shape of the spine. From the spine stretch, we go into the spine twist. So as you twist, keep your chin in line with your chest, and then when you've gone as far as you can, then you can just direct your eye gaze towards your fingertips, just increase the range of movement in your spine. And then the twist will transition us into the next position. So now we're going to go into some extension. So you're lying with the roller underneath your upper back, and the roller is just below the tips of your shoulder blades, hands behind the head, and then inhale and arch your spine all the way back as far as it feels comfortable. Aim your chest towards the sky and take a really deep breath in, open up through the rib cage. So this should feel really great. If it doesn't, try moving the roller a little bit higher or a little bit lower and find a part that it feels really good on your back. Now, then we're going to move the roller so that it's underneath the back of your hips or it's sitting in line with your sacrum. So your upper back is on the mat. Hold on to the roller with your hands, stretch the leg up, and we go into the scissors. So we inhale as the legs come together, exhale and scissor the legs away. And keep this movement going, reaching the legs long in each direction. And then go into the bicycle. So we're really opening up through the front of the hips. Aim your toes all the way down until they touch the mat, and then drag the toe along the mat. And then we reverse the movement, bicycle back the other way. Reach both legs up towards the sky, and then let's go into side to side. So your shoulders stay down on the mat and one hip lifts. So move the legs to the side, one hip lifts. So the shoulders are fixed, but we're still getting the rotation through the rib cage. Now go into a rollover position, and then as you roll down, just move the roller away so you can come on up. Pause in a little teaser position for a moment, and then cross your ankles and step out into the quadruped position. So now you're balancing right on the heels of the hands. So you've got a straight line from the shoulders to the elbows to the wrists, and then we reach opposite arm, opposite leg away from us. So we're aiming to get the arm alongside the ear and reaching the toe long in the opposite direction. Try not to lift the leg too high because you don't want to arch your back in this movement. You want to think about keeping your belly button drawn into your spine. Then we can transition into the kneeling side kick. So we're going to inhale to kick forward, exhale to kick back. And then tapping the toe up and down. And then come on down into a Z sit for the mermaid. So in this mermaid, we're going to have the blade of the hand on the roller, and you're reaching up and over, making a big rainbow shape with your arms, reaching long through the fingertips. And then just go a little way so that you can twist. So now the hand is flat on the roller. Exhale and twist. Squeeze all the air out of your lungs. And then inhale up and over, reach over to the other side. Now from here we go out onto our side hips. So this is not the most comfortable position. The roller is pretty hard. So you might need to move the roller up a little or down a little until you can find a slightly comfortable position. And we're balancing on our elbow going into the side kick series. So we inhale, reaching the leg up towards the ceiling. And then we go into the devapes. This is a great exercise for toning the legs. And you're also getting tone through your lower leg because you're keeping that lifted. So the inner thigh is working on the lower leg and working into the muscles in the side waist. So you're balancing in between your elbow and your hip on the roller. Now from here, we're going to turn onto our front. So we're ready to do the single leg kick. So keep thinking of drawing your belly button towards your spine. And then kick yourself twice. So kick yourself in the bottom twice And we go kick, kick, and then stretch out. And then from here, we go into a swan position. So this is like a slow motion swan 2. So it's a really slow rock down and then pressing up into that beautiful swan position. And then sit back and then turn to the other side for the quadruped. So I could have just transitioned straight to the other side, but I didn't want to put my backside to the camera for too long. It's not a very flattering position. So we go back into the quadruped, reaching opposite arm, opposite leg away. And then to transition into kneeling side kick, we're going to reach the same arm and the same leg away. Hand goes behind the head and then tap the toe and then kick forward and back. So we inhale to kick forward, exhale to lengthen back, and then tap up and down, thinking of reaching the leg really long. Sit back down into the Z sit position, ready for the mermaid again. So we inhale to grow taller and then exhale, reach up and over. Blade of the hand on the roller, so getting tone through the back of the arms, really opening up the ribs like a fan so that you can breathe better. And then twist just a little, or twist a lot, go into a small side bend and then twist. Exhale, squeeze all the air out of your lungs. And then from here, we go back into the side kick series. Balancing on your side hip on the roller is balance challenge. So again, you're going to get more tone into your deep abdominal muscles, more tone into the muscles in the side waist, tone throughout the legs. And then we reverse the devapase. Turn onto your front. And we go into the single leg kick again. 2 kicks and then reach the leg away. Great for your bikini bottom muscles, your mini skirt muscles. And then sit back on your heels.